and I'm a founder of a company called SharkSafe Barrier. So to change the tune from baboon and elephant, I'm going to speak about sharks. And I was listening to the other talk, and you could replace the word baboons or elephants with shark at any time, and the conflict would have been pretty much the same. Now, sharks are important for the ecosystem. We have 500 different species of shark in the world, and South Africa is one of the biodiversity hotspots for these animals. They maintain the balance in the marine ecosystem. They eliminate the weak individual in their prey population. They even keep the prey population in certain areas where they are less likely to get hunted, so that the areas where they're more likely to get hunted becomes a safe area for smaller fishes. So they also restrict the habitat of their prey. These animals are key for the ecosystem health, but then conflict happens when we want to swim in the same waters. They've been doing that for about 6 million years, but here we come, and we decide that they are the problem. And of course, as a good marine biologist, when I started working at that, it was all about the sharks, and they're wonderful, and they need protection. And then you start talking with people that had their livelihood taken away because a shark accident happened. And then you figure that it is a much more complex issue. It isn't just about human safety, it's about the trauma associated with it, it's about the loss of tourism revenue in the coastal community that sees that people don't want to go and swim there anymore. And then you realize that in the last 80 years in South Africa, the way this problem has been addressed have been by killing as many sharks as possible in KwaZulu-Natal, with the concept that the more shark we kill, the less shark-human conflict we are going to get. And when I speak about tourism loss, it's huge. The little island of Reunion have calculated a 40% reduction in tourism booking after a single shark accident. And remember that we have only 7 to 8 shark-related fatalities a year in the whole world. 8 people get killed by shark every year in the whole world. It's not that many, but yet people get really afraid about it. And the island of Reunion lost 20 million euro every year from the loss of tourism revenue. So what are we doing about it in South Africa? Since 1950, we had 46 and now 36 beaches around KwaZulu-Natal that has either gill nets deployed or baited hooks called drumline. Gill nets are not creating an enclosure to keep sharks away from people. They're literally there to trap and kill as many sharks as possible. But as you can imagine, gill nets are not selective. So that with sharks, 40% of the marine animals killed are not even sharks. So we have whales and turtles and dolphins, you name it. And in 80 years, the only change this organization made was replacing some of the gill nets with baited hooks called drumline that only kill sharks and don't kill much of the whales. The problem is that part of the target species, like white shark, are actually a vulnerable species. The population, last assessment of white shark population in South Africa was of between 300 and 500 left. The genetic diversity is really poor. And in the last 40 years, on average, KwaZulu-Natal Shark Board killed 28 white shark every year. So you can imagine that in 2024, we should do better about this wildlife conflict. But they would always go away with it because there is no alternative. So here I am in the next 5 minutes trying to share the last 12 years of work, 15 actually, of working at an alternative to these shark nets. So we build a barrier from the shark perspective, that the shark recognizes a barrier. It's called the SharkSafe. This is a picture of the first time I wrote this project in 2009, coming from Italy. I got even the title, the word project was wrong because my English was so bad. I forgot the T, and I presented that to everybody. But these were the first drawing in 2009. And then, 10 years down the line, it became an actual technology. We had it patented by Stellenbosch University. We had it tested for 10 years on white shark and bull sharks. And I want to share with you some of the video. That is a bull shark come into one of the two deterrent systems that this technology has, which are the magnets. So magnets overwhelm a sense that only sharks have, called ampullae of Lorenzini. They can feel electric and magnetic field in the water, and what you see here is a bait with the fishes going for it, but if the bull shark trying to approach the bait, it gets chased away by the magnetic field. Then we combine the shark deterrent concept with the knowledge that sharks try to avoid thick forest of kelp. They're most likely afraid to get entangled because they have to swim the whole time. So we put this magnet into a looking like a kelp forest system. We had it tested in phases, so first the magnet, then a curtain of SharkSafe, and then we created this exclusion area. And every time we use bait to really convince the shark to come and cross it. We work on 48 bull shark in the Bahamas, 63 different white shark in South Africa. That's why it took years to get it done, but they never cross it. So I was very pleased with it because I had to go and switch on the camera underwater after the shark arrived. So the barrier was very effective. We had everything published in peer-reviewed scientific journals. And then once that's done, I had to make a business out of it from academic background in genetics. And it became actually something. Now we had a coastal engineer on board since 2014. The structure looks like this. We have, in shallow water, we have rigid pipes that don't go flat with low tide. In deeper water, we have flexible units that waves with the waves. And we spent another 6 years doing robustness tests. Luckily, our coastline is fantastic for testing. The ocean loves to break things. So if the design is wrong, it would just spit it back to the beach. And what you see in the picture here is some ongoing, in Granger Bay, we had to learn how to anchor these on rocks, on sand, on moving sand. So you can imagine why that took another 6 years of trial and error and breakages and fixing and raising funds. 2 weeks ago, we have a new design deployed in Cape Town, Mackerel Beach. And this is on sand. This is the one on rocks that survived the big storm that we had in August. So we have been trying to, we are improving all the time. But what I would like to come across is that we do have a product. We did bring it overseas in 2018. It was installed in Reunion Island for 2 full years, and it became an artificial reef after that, which was very pretty. So we can not just solve the shark-human conflict by taking the nets out, we can actually assist the local biomass to have new surface to grow on. Then last year, we exported that to Bahamas. We had the first commercial clients. What we do is we build the SharkSafe in Cape Town. We have our local factory, job creation for South Africa, pack it in a container, bring it overseas. We teach a local team how to install, how to take care of it. So it's job creation for the local community as well. And together with that, I mean, the way I see SharkSafe is a piece of a much larger puzzle. It is about teaching people how to coexist with the shark, when to swim, when not to swim, what to wear. And then in area where the tourism is highly impacted by the presence of shark, we have this barrier to keep the shark separated from people in a sustainable way. What I love about this work is also that it is shark specific. So in that occasion in Bahamas, we had manatee that likes to get into the bay, and the clients were very worried that the barrier would keep the manatee out. But the sharks are the only one that can feel the magnet. They're the only one that have a problem with the external gills. And fair enough, we did have a manatee come into the area. It was adorable. And it gave me the great pleasure of crossing through the barrier on the last day of installation. So everybody now relaxed that the other animals can still utilize the area. So this barrier was put up in August last year, so it's been more than 13 months. People happy, no more sharks in the bay, and that is how it looks like in April. It started a little film of biofouling, and the anchorage didn't move whatsoever. So to conclude, we do have a nature-based solution here that I believe is key to maintain the health of the ecosystem. We can use it as a tourism resource. I think it will be fantastic for people to snorkel in it because it becomes an artificial reef. And it's job creation. So we have KwaZulu-Natal Shark Board, and I keep on telling them, I've been telling them for 10 years, I'm not trying to put them out of job. I'm trying them to make them change the technologies they're using. They must keep the organization, keep the boat, increase the education, and clean pipes. Stop killing sharks. So in all of that, of course, we are within the Development Sustainable Goal, number 14, life below water, increase of biodiversity. And it is my hope that with that and education, we can get people to be less afraid of sharks at some point and foster a more peaceful coexistence with this animal. So thank you for the attention.